Hello, hello. We are live today. It is Monday, May 15th, 2023, and we are here for the daily transmission. Today is a hefty transmission. We are doing the weekly Astro rundown because it is Monday. So buckle up, grab a notebook if that is your flavor, grab your chart if that's what you want to do. Let's just get right into it. Because there is a lot going on. I've been saying this for a while that we've got so much going on in May and June, and we are finally like in the thick of it. Okay. So first, good news. We've got Mercury direct. That happened overnight. So let's just cheer about that Mercury retrograde finally having closed that chapter. I don't know about you, but this one was particularly rough. And I don't even want to say rough. It's not like anything, terrible happened. But with this being in my 12th house, I was tired. I was very much in my head, a lot of unconscious patterns, emerging and coming to light. So all good things, of course, we have to be able to see that in order for us to be able to make positive changes and move forward. But holy moly, it was a lot. So let's talk about like the bigger stuff that's going on this week. And as I'm talking about this, I want you to just keep this like seed in your mind, because we're going to keep revisiting a bunch of these like themes over the next couple of weeks, and especially over the next 2 weeks and over the next month or so. Some of these are a bit long-term, some of these not so much. So let's just jump right in. So tomorrow we have Jupiter entering Taurus. Now, Jupiter's transits are not quick like Mercury or, our more personal planets. So it's going to be in Taurus for the next year. This being my natal placement, I am very excited. I love a good Jupiter return. Now, Jupiter being in Taurus, Jupiter is all about abundance and expansion and generosity. And so being in the sign of Taurus, I love this placement for Jupiter. We should all be taking a good hard look at what it is that we need in order to thrive. This is going to be something that we're going to keep revisiting over and over and over again. And, especially over the next couple of weeks with some important transits that are going on, but really over the next year, as Jupiter transits Taurus, we're going to be in this energy of, the sign of Taurus is an interesting one because, yes, it's about the material, but I always think that it's a perfect metaphor for the concept of manifestation, right? When basic manifestation 101 is, in order for you to create what it is that you want to manifest, you have to believe that you are worthy of receiving it. Bottom line, that's Taurus. Okay, big Taurus energy. Now, it's like having an emotional connection to the material world. You'll notice that Taurus folks like their home bodies, a lot of them, or they really like their stuff. Like maybe they don't have a lot of stuff. That's not necessarily, some do, some don't. I don't want to like overgeneralize like the sign, but it's about having that emotional connection and about the stuff that they do have, making them feel good in a sensual way. Like literally, they like soft things. They like to be cozy. They like good food, good fun, good sex, all those things. Okay. And so when you raise your energetic standards, you get to match that on the outside, right? But it's an inside job first. You have to work on raising those standards from the inside and say, yes, I do believe not only am I allowed to receive this, but I can hold it. That's something that I see a lot, and like have also personally experienced that, maybe you are, a money magnet, but it's like you're not able to hold it. And so this whole year, as we move Jupiter into Taurus, this is a beautiful time to be working on that, to be really like dialing into what is it that I require materially, emotionally, to thrive on all levels? Because when I'm thriving on all levels, when I feel abundant, when I feel like I'm in a state of overflow and I can be generous, then I can tap into that and give that back, right? When I'm operating from pure loving awareness, right? Not fear or lack or my triggers or what I think that I can't have, I have to bargain with myself. When I'm really operating from pure loving awareness, I'm doing my divine work. I am in my purpose. Of course, I'm going to be supported. Of course I am. Okay. So that's just the entree, right? That's just the theme that we're going to be revisiting over and over again over the next year with Jupiter in Taurus. But I want to make note that transit starts on Tuesday. Okay, Jupiter enters Taurus, and then on Wednesday, Jupiter makes a square to Pluto. Now, we don't always like throw in these, transits like this. But it's important to note because for the generational planets, for these like bigger ones, they're bigger events. So not only are you going to see this personally, you're going to see this socially. Like, how fucking sick, okay? Not even sick, whatever. You don't need to like agree with it or like it, or I don't care about your feelings about it. But can we all take a moment to observe that last week when the sun had our Uranus cazimi, right? Uranus is our inner rebel. Uranus is feminism. Uranus is power to the people. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, okay? So Pluto is in Aquarius. Uranus was cazimi. And what happened? Right? Did we see a literal president, right? Former president get indicted, get charged? Did we? Oh my gosh. Weird. Who saw that coming? Was it all of us who watched the stars? So we've got Jupiter squaring Pluto, Jupiter being in Taurus, Pluto being in Aquarius. Now Pluto is retrograde right now. I don't want to speak like too, specifically right now, but like banking is something that comes to mind. Like, I mean, even like crypto, but not so much like, because it is about material abundance and it's also about like power to the people, right? It's also about like the collective there being this like kind of role reversal where it's like, hey, people in charge, you think you're in charge, like, that's like a joke, right? Like there are more of us than there are of you. And so over the next 2 weeks, so I want to lump this in. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but there's just a lot going on this week. I want to lump this in with the fact that we finally have our new moon in Taurus. I know we had this like back-to-back Aries new moon situation. So yes, we have our new moon in Taurus finally at the very, very, very end of Taurus season this year on Friday. Always new moons are times of planting seeds, beginning things. I've been talking about Taurus this whole time, so I'm not going to talk about it again. We are planting new seeds here. What do you need materially? What do you require to thrive? Not just like baseline, but where are you going to be in a state of overflow? Where are you going to be in a place where not only do you have everything, all of your needs covered, but you can be generous. You can feel generous. You can feel like, oh, I can invite people into my home. I can help someone out if I need to, whether that is materially or energetically, because we all know that showing up for people, even like showing up for friends, family, like whatever, like as much as you love that, as much as you love people, as much as you love your people, it still can be like energetically draining. You might still come home and like, whew, that took a lot out of me. That family event took a lot out of me, right? How many times have you said that? Even like going out with your friends and stuff, like sometimes it can be like, whoa, that was a lot of energy that I just like threw out there and that I just received. I need like a moment of pause, a moment of peace. Okay. What do you require in order for you to have those moments of pause and peace so that you can show up in all of your life in that same level of excitement, whether it is in your professional life, in your personal life, in your family life, whatever. Okay. So what do you require? Something that we're going to be dialing into. I want you to start planting those seeds this week, and especially over this weekend. Oh my gosh, this weekend feels so fun. I can hardly wait already. But Jupiter enters Taurus. We've got this square situation with Jupiter and Pluto, and then we've got the new moon. Now, I won't like go into everything that's happening in a couple of weeks, but just suffice to say, like, let's keep our eyes peeled over the next 2 weeks and be very intentional with your energy over the next 2 weeks. Okay. Now, let's talk about this weekend. So we have Mars entering Leo on Saturday, and then we have the Sun entering Gemini on Sunday. So, I mean, this is like I know we're not in the summer yet, but for me, this feels like big summer vibes. Now, obviously, like Mars entering Leo, I mean, can it be more summer? You're going to want to be more social. You're going to want to just like have more fun, more enjoyment just for the sake of doing so. And that's kind of the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, there are things that you want to do that just like fill your cup and are not an ROI, right? Are not like getting you like to the next goal or like checking any, like just something you want to do for fun. What do you want to do? I know it is always summer here in Florida. And I think that I relate. I mean, obviously, like Mars entering Leo is like big summer energy. Like it just screams like, let's go to a festival. Like, let's go camping. Like, let's go like see movies. I don't know. Like it's entertainment. It is fun, right? Fun, fun, fun. But of course, for me, like being a Gemini rising, when the sun enters Gemini, it's like going into my first house. So it is like a renewal of sorts. Not the same way that a birthday is a solar return, but kind of, right? I know that a lot of people, especially folks I've been talking to in my YTT, like there's this one friend I have, Jess, who hi, Jess. I don't know if you're like watching the replay or listening to this later in your Substack, but loving you so much. She is an Aquarius sun, but she's Cancer rising. And she's got like big mom energy, just like mom group, like, does everybody have a snack? Like, does everybody have what they need? Like, that's just like kind of like the energy that you get from her. And also like that she would just be like someone like a shoulder to cry on, like that she's got like just like a soft maternal quality to her, but she also told me about how she like went to school to be a social worker and all this other stuff and big Aquarius energy, so it's cool, Jess, but she identifies more as that Cancer rising. And I totally get it. Like, yes, I'm Mama Capricorn, big Capricorn energy over here, but like, if you didn't know me and we were just like socializing in public, or you just like saw pictures of me, the Gemini rising super fits. You're like, yep, that bitch is like out there, when I used to tell people, and I'm not even sure I identify as like an introvert anymore, but like when I would say that, like, oh, I'm a homebody, like introvert wallflower, people would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's because I can like put on the face, I can like make it work for the moment, but then I go home and I'm like, oh my God, that was so much. That was a lot, and that's just whatever. That's my journey I got to work on. But when the sun enters Gemini, this is like, I feel like it's the beginning of summer. And again, yeah, we are in Florida, so it's just gross out already. So just, you know, to summarize, I know that this is so much. And if you want to know more about, you know, where this is affecting you in your chart, and you want to talk more about where these specific seeds are that you should be planting, and, you know, developing self-care routines that are attuned to your energetic body, book a session with me. The link is in my bio. But just to summarize here, what do you require to thrive on all levels? Not just exist, not just coast, not get by, not have enough. What do you require to thrive on all levels? Okay, so that's not just financially, that's not just materially. Okay, what do you require to feel abundant, to feel generous, to feel like your energy is in a state of overflow, and you could say yes to something that maybe otherwise like you couldn't? Okay, when you are operating from pure loving awareness, read not consciousness, pure loving awareness beneath the consciousness. Okay, so not your fear, not your triggers, not your impressions, not the patterns and programming that has been conditioned onto you. But when you are really operating from pure loving awareness, from a state of overflow, you are on purpose. You are doing your divine work, no matter what you're doing. Hear me now. You could be washing the fucking dishes. You could be taking a walk outside. You could be driving your kid to school. And if you are operating from pure loving awareness, from a state of overflow, and you are allowing that pure loving awareness to dictate what you do next, what you say yes to, where you go from here, you're fucking nailing it. You're doing it. But in order for you to access that pure loving awareness, you have to be relaxed. You have to be in a state of generosity and abundance and overflow. So what do you require to have that? You need to talk about it. You know where to find me. I will be writing a post to Substack today about Jupiter in Taurus. I'm also going to be sending, along with this episode, to my Substack chat, just to ask, like, what are some things that y'all want to, like a topic refresh. I know that I have some Astro agenda, but I want to know, you know, what it is that you're thinking about, or, you know, if you're not operating from pure loving awareness, which, like, spoiler alert, hardly any of us are, like 24/7. It's not an easy, it's not just like, oh, just do it, you know? No. Okay, it's work. Where's it? Oh, right. So if you're not, what are you thinking about? Like, where is your consciousness? What's consuming your thoughts? What's consuming your energy? What's consuming your attention? Okay. I want to hear from you. So if you're on Substack, write me back in the chat. If you're on Instagram, write me down in the comments. And I will be back tomorrow for our next transmission. I love y'all so much. What a fucking week. Take a deep breath. You can do this. We can all do this. Honestly, I'm really excited about it. I know it's a lot, but it's a lot of good stuff, in my opinion. So, love y'all. May all souls be happy and free. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, friends.